Okay, so it's been a while. I don't know how to do this anymore. How do I film a video? Hey everyone, welcome to another video. This video is the first one in some time. I took a break. I took a much needed break from YouTube, but I'm back and I have more time and energy now to do videos again. I am very excited to get things rolling again, and in this video I just wanted to play with the Lunar Beauty things that I got like almost a month ago. I did an unboxing, but I haven't touched them since. I basically haven't touched any makeup except some mascara, blush and a little bit of eyebrow gel, so I haven't really touched any makeup. I haven't done anything with the things that I last made videos on. So I want to try the Lunar Beauty stuff with you and also chat a little bit about what I was doing, what is going on, and what I'm planning to do from now on. So I don't want to get in too much detail about what has been going on because I already did a video doing a little bit of like a life update. If you want to know what my situation is right now, you can watch that video, but I just kind of want to talk about makeup and get back into makeup. So I have two eyeshadow palettes here in front of me that I can possibly try. So this is a Moonspell Volume 2 with a lot of purples and some interesting looking shimmery shades. I have not worn eyeshadow in such a long time. And then we also have the Eternal Eclipse palette, and I guess I'm just gonna do a little bit of a combination of the two. I feel like this is like the old formula and the Moonspell Volume 2 is the new formula, so I also am curious to kind of compare the two, see how I feel. This palette looks so cool. I think I'm gonna start out with the Eternal Eclipse palette. I just want to start out a look with this. I'm gonna keep it a little bit neutral because let's see if I still remember how to do my eyeshadow first, and then we can get into the colors and the crazy looks again. Okay, I'm gonna zoom you in a little bit. Alright. I am just gonna do my makeup and try this out. I am gonna go into the shade Rose Thorn first. Yeah, let me see if I still have clean brushes because I have not used these in a while. So let me just recap a little bit. This past month, or these past 2 months actually, I have been at the office full time. I was at the office every day except for maybe 2 days for 2 months, and I was doing a lot, studying a lot, because what I do right now is a traineeship, and it was just impossible to do things next week. I really tried the first month, and you can see when you look back on my channel, the first month I was still posting quite a bunch of videos, but then I was like, I don't think I can keep this up and have some mental health left at the end. And you know, I did this video where I kind of updated you on changes in my life, and I got some comments. I don't know if there were multiple or only one, and someone was like, don't be scared to take a break, and that kind of inspired me to just do something for me and not be too scared to abandon this channel, and not be too scared that you guys are gonna think I left you forever and then forget about me immediately. That's kind of the fear that I had, that was in my mind. But I realized I just had to take a break, and that YouTube would probably still be there for me, and I would probably get back to it once it was time, once I felt better, like I had more energy and more time. Now I want to go into the shade called Summer Sky. This is really warm. I don't know if this was like the best decision, but just gonna try it out. By the way, that first shade blended out beautifully. But I haven't been wearing makeup actually. That was also one of the reasons why I stopped filming videos, because if I don't wear makeup, I don't really test out makeup, and I'm not inspired to do videos, because when I do looks, I get inspired without really putting any effort in. If I am trying and using different eyeshadow palettes, and then I'm like, hey, maybe this could be a nice video, putting them in together in a video like this or that. That happens when I actually wear makeup. But to my work, a lot of times I didn't wear any makeup, and then sometimes I did wear a little bit of makeup, but it was so minimal and I wasn't really paying attention to it. I didn't have that moment of let's do a look. And then when I got home, I really didn't feel like doing my makeup. I just didn't have the energy. I basically did nothing but work and keep myself alive and maybe see my family, but also not too often. But times are changing, things are changing, and right now I am gonna be able to work from home a few days a week, which is gonna make all the difference because I am not as tired and I don't have the time I spend traveling and the time I can actually spend on my YouTube, and then I can probably put out 2 to 3 videos a week again, which will make me very happy. So I am already at a point, like, this week is the week that things change for me at my job, and at this point I am able to just start doing other things again, start feeling more excited about other things again. And I knew it was gonna be like this, but I was very hopeful that I could still keep up the channel, but I just had to accept that it wasn't gonna happen. But now I do feel like I'm really behind. I'm gonna take the shade Mel underneath my eye, and then I'm gonna deepen everything up with the shade Queenie. I really like the matte from the Eclipse palette, so we're gonna see if I like these mattes as well. Mel looks like a very beautiful cool tone shade. So I haven't really been wearing makeup, which also means that a lot of things that I would have wanted to have reviewed already, I still kind of have to dive into them, get into them, and really use them a couple more times. I have some plans for videos that require some reviewing and using makeup multiple times, but I haven't had the energy, I haven't had the time, I haven't worn any eyeshadow, so I'm feeling really behind. But also I haven't really bought any makeup, so that will give me quite a lot of space to actually do that. But probably gonna see some videos about older things on my channel then, once I have reviewed it, because I don't like using makeup only once. I don't like only doing a first impression and then not telling you about it a little bit more after, because the first impression is just a first impression, it's not a review. I always like to use things a little bit more so you really know how I feel. And sometimes I also change my mind a little bit. So the look is getting a little bit more purple, interesting. So I'm just gonna try and catch up a little bit. I don't know if it's gonna be as fast as I used to be, because I used to be able to do looks every day. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that, but who knows how much energy I'm gonna have. So I'm just slowly gonna get back on track, and I hope you guys are still gonna be interested in some older makeup, but even if you aren't, I'm gonna do it anyway, because otherwise I will feel bad about not updating you about things. So that's something you can look forward to. Now I think I want to go into the shade called Mildred. By the way, I know these are all names of witches, but I have no idea like who they are, what they're from. So let me see. This shade looks kind of like a nude with a golden sheen to it. Okay, that looks nice and sparkly. Nice and shiny. I love these kinds of shimmers. Man, there are so many makeup products that I got in like February, March that are just so beautiful, but I haven't touched them and they're just waiting for me to use them, to give them some attention. That is one cute shimmer. Let me see what I want to do. I think I want to mix it up a little bit and do something a little bit different. I'm gonna put the silver in the inner part of the lid. I do like mixing cool tones and warm tones. So I just want to try this out and see how I feel about it. It is quite a bluish silver though, but I like it. I think it's interesting. Man, I love makeup. This is some beautiful eyeshadow. I just had a feeling that I was gonna love this. Had a feeling that I was gonna love his eyeshadow, but I just had never tried it. I'd never gone for it, but I think this looks great. I think I'm just gonna put a little bit of Agatha in the inner corner, and I'm also gonna take a little bit of Queenie once again and put that on my top lash line to kind of deepen it up over there, because we have quite light shimmers here. I can't speak on the difference between these two eyeshadow palettes that much. I do feel like the formulas are a little bit different, but I can't fully tell you which one I like more while mixing them together, but I really like all the shades that I used. I really like this look. That is something I can tell you. And now for the inner corner. Let's see if it works with this brush. Maybe it doesn't. I don't feel like this is working. I don't know if this is really working out. It's fine, but I don't feel like it's picking up enough. Like maybe it's a bit too flaky to just put down with a brush like this. It looks pretty good, but it's not looking amazing right now. I don't know where my usual inner corner highlight brush is, so I'm not gonna judge it too harshly. I didn't use the brush I always use. Okay, I'm gonna clean up under my eyes a little bit, put on some mascara, do the brows, because I really just want to focus on the Lunar Beauty this time around, and I will be right back. Alright, so this is the eyeshadow. It turned pretty purple, kind of like purpley, silvery, but I quite like it. I think this looks really good. Now let's get into the Outer Dimension palette. This is one of the things I had my doubts about. I wasn't planning on picking this up ever, but I'm still gonna give it a chance. I'm still gonna try it out. I'm gonna zoom you in a little bit more so you can see a little bit better. So let's see how I feel about this palette. I haven't watched any reviews. I haven't seen anyone talk about this, so I'm going into this blind. Someone told me that I should have put this in front of my face when I unboxed everything to see if it would really cover my whole face. So I think it was my sister who said this. So here you go. This is what it looked like. It is bigger than my face. Let me see. I'm not really planning on using any of the powders today. I think I'm just gonna go into this shade over here, and I'm just gonna bronze up a little bit, contour a little bit. Nah, I don't really contour. Nope, that's not what we're gonna do. Just gonna bronze a bit. I don't know. I also got all of these brushes, but they're all kind of like similar, but a little bit different. I don't know which one I should use for bronze, or should I use this one? Or this one. I'm gonna try this one. Or maybe this one? I'm gonna try this one. But it could alter my view of the bronzer, because I never use a bronzer like this. Or a brush like this for my bronzer. So let's see. Maybe I will love it. It feels a little bit weird to apply it like this. I'm gonna try the other brush, the angled brush. The hairs on these brushes are just a little bit long. I don't really usually use brushes like that. Don't feel like this is too pigmented. I don't know how I feel about that. But this is my better cheek right now, so that will really tell me how I feel. This is like a mess. So let's see what it looks like over here. It's not too pigmented. I do feel like it blends out pretty easily. Quite like the color of this. This is definitely the better the better side. This side is hard to make it look good. I'm just gonna apply a bit to my forehead. Even if this is good, I still feel like, is it worth having this whole palette? By the way, these brows, they really got out of hand. I don't know how to do brows anymore. I'm really sorry that you have to look at these brows. Oh, how did this happen? These brows are a lot. Okay, it's not like blowing my mind, but it's good. Should I use a little bit of one shade darker? Just a tiny bit? Maybe I'm gonna regret this. Yeah, I'm gonna regret this. That's way too dark. Maybe I should kind of mix it on the brush. Okay, shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done it. Kind of worked out, but now I have to balance it out. Yeah, I feel like there are 2 shades of bronzer in this palette that I can kind of get away with, but the lightest is so light. It's like, okay, you can get away with it, but is anyone gonna notice that you're even wearing bronzer? Okay, I'm just gonna accept this the way it is. I quite like how it looks, but yeah, I don't know. I also quite like more of a glowy bronzer, and it's not like that flat matte, but I do like a little bit of a sheen in my bronzer, so I can't really tell you right now if I love this. I think it's okay. It's nice, but it's like, is it worth it? Is it worth having this bigger palette in my collection? That's really the question, and because of that it already is a little bit behind compared to other products, compared to other face palettes. Okay, now on to the blush palette. This I have been thinking about buying. I have been thinking about buying for a long time, and I think this is a very cute palette. I love the packaging, and I think the colors in here look very cute. What I want to try is the shade Pink Moon, because this is the shade that I was always kind of like attracted to, but at the same time I was always a bit scared that it was gonna be too light. But I have this light pink, cool toned light pink blush from Kiko Milano from their Valentine's Day collection. I have that in my collection right now, and I really love how that looks on my skin. So I really want to try this, but let's see what brush I want to use for it. This isn't really like a blush brush. Should I try this brush again? Yeah, I'm gonna try this angled brush. I just love angled brushes. It's just the truth. I'm gonna take this pink blush and see how I feel about it. Yes, I love this. This is so pretty. I really love a really light pink blush on me. I just love how it blends into my skin and it adds some brightness without being too overpowering. I love the pigment of this one. I think this is so cute. Yeah, I really love this. I do have to grab quite a bit and I'm kind of building it up, but I'm fine with that. If in the end I get this really cool toned light pink blushy look, I'm really into it. But because I want to try this palette out a little bit more, I'm also gonna go into the shade Soleil. It's a bit warmer than what I would usually use with a look like this, but I want to try the glowy blush as well. So I'm going to take a little bit and apply this on top, because I'm just a glowy blush gal. That's really pretty. I just needed to know, I quite like this blush brush. It's a nice angled brush that isn't too big. My face is too small for a lot of brushes, which can get kind of annoying, and then my blush gets everywhere. But this is working out for me. Okay, I really like how this looks. I really like my cheeks. This blush palette I really like so far. I think that looks great. I don't have a highlighter here that I want to try, so I guess I'm just gonna leave it like this. Maybe I will add a little bit later if I feel like it. Okay. The last product that I really want to try is the liquid lip. I don't know if it's gonna go perfectly with this look, but we're just trying out some things. I just really want to know if I like this formula, because there are some shades in this liquid lips that I would really love to try. And if this is good, then I'm gonna buy more for sure. So this is the liquid lip. It feels really nice, kind of moussey. Not drying, not sticky. I will have to see how this wears, how it feels on my lips after a little bit. But it is like almost somewhere between a bullet lipstick and a liquid lipstick. It's not drying, it's pigmented, it's not sticky. I really like how it looks. It's kind of like this satin look. I am into this. I am feeling like I need a little bit more blush now that I have applied this, and I'm just gonna put a little bit of the shade Stargaze on top. Just gonna play around with the blush some more. This is a little bit of a darker shade, I think. I feel like you can't really go overboard easily with these blushes, but they do look nice and pigmented when you build them up. It's a little bit much, this look, but I just really wanted to play with makeup and try some things out. This is a beautiful red lip though. I really like this red lip. It's a beautiful shade, kind of cool tone, not too deep, but also not too bright. I'm into it. Okay. Let's zoom out a little bit and then we can chat about everything I just tried. Okay, so this is the finished look, and I kind of already told you how I feel, what I think, but actually everything that I've tried I have quite liked. The eyeshadow, I really love how it looks. It's very sparkly, it's very nice. I love the matte shades, they all blended very well, were very pigmented. Very beautiful. The Outer Dimension palette, I don't know how to feel about it yet. I feel like I have to use it a little bit more. This palette really has something to prove. I had my doubts and they haven't gone away just yet. I do like the way my cheeks look, but at this moment I feel like it's more because of the blush palette that I am really into. I think it's really pretty. I love the glowy blush, but also the other shades that I have tried. Can't wait to use this one more. The lip feels really good. I feel like it's, by the way, the rain is so loud right now and it's so dark. It looks like it's night, but it isn't yet. Okay, it isn't yet. But the lip is kind of drying down. I really like how it looks. I'm just gonna have to see how it wears, but I just have a few hours left because it's already pretty late at night. So I'm just gonna drink something and then see how it wears, if it stays on. But all in all, I'm really impressed with this brand and everything that I've tried, and I'm really happy with this look. And I think, yeah, I think I want to try more Lunar Beauty. I am pretty excited. By the way, I wanted to ask you, I had this idea of a video in mind, chatting about the makeup that I actually did wear while being at the office full time. I don't know if you would be interested in that. It's like 5 products or something, or 6, something like that. But I did think maybe it would be interesting to talk about like this easy gritty makeup that I did use. So if you're interested in that, let me know. And then that's gonna be everything for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe, and then I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.